Hello, welcome to the crafting table. We're back here, some more Farming Sim 22. As you can see here, back in Silverrun Forest, January 3rd. This is the last day of January because we're running on 3-day months. And we have this train loaded up. I accidentally used the rent train option again at a different station, and it took all the money for how long I've had the train sitting there. Because I did do a bunch of work on the field over there, clearing out the trees, but we also loaded up all these goods. I'll be able to see how much we've got here, so let me make sure everything is unhooked first, and then we'll hook it back up, and then we'll hook that back up, make sure we have a proper count of everything. 14,000 liters of paper roll, 2,000 liters of prefab wall. Go ahead and start the train. 3,000 liters of wood beams, 8,000 liters of planks, 11,200 liters of carton roll, 4,000 liters of bowls, 5,000 liters of pepper grinders, 12,000 liters of metal, and 3,000 liters of what is that, railing? Stair railing. So we're going to start heading to the sell point. Staircase railing, that's right. And we should get a hefty chunk of cash off of all this. I also was able to went around just kind of exploring the area while I was waiting for things to happen. I found all the different little statues, the little wood carvings. So the wood carvings are all filled up now in the little wood carving showcase area. Here we go. Let's see how much money we get. $171,725. That's pretty good. So that should be enough money to set up what we want to set up. Let's see. And I think we've got all of our little production spots are pretty full with everything we need. And as you can see, the time dilation was on 0.5 because I was trying to basically clear out as many trees as I could without it getting too late. So that way we could get that first planting of grass in March as soon as we were able. We're going to try to do our best to get the highest environmental score on this land as possible, so that way we can get a bunch of bonus money. But we will be setting up the largest sheep barn we can. We're going to be setting it up over here, as well as plowing out a field for grass. Not just going to stick with meadow grass. And yeah. So let's see. We got to go to sleep. It's getting really late. And we'll see how we do in February. So we gotta break up some rock formations. And then we gotta rent a plow. Ooh, it's all frozen on the ground now. So let's see. We've got to get our tractor. And we do have some stuff set up here already. Oh, thick snow cover. Very thick snow cover coming in. Let's see how this is going first. Looks like we're going to have some more prefab walls soon. Oh, yeah, this thing's just turning and burning out here. Oh, looks like we got a carton roll. We'll leave that there for right now. The carton rolls and the paper rolls kind of take a while. Let's get our tractor here. Get back over. But I bought a iron furnace on our land. So we've got metal coming in. Metal's actually worth quite a bit. I bought the old sawmill. I did a lot of work trying to get all this stuff together, so that way we could advance a little faster. I got the metal turned into the roller coaster. So we don't need metal or staircase railings anymore at the roller coaster, at least for now. But now we need planks, long planks, and all kinds of other stuff. It's going to be a while before we get long planks, because we've got long planks going to the wood turners. And until that fills up with long planks, we won't be able to get any. And we don't really have to worry about that right now anyway. We need lots of wood beams, lots of planks, and some floor tiles. So eventually we'll start getting floor tiles as well. But right now we got to do some rock breaking. And scooping those up, throwing them in the back of this trailer here, and get them over to the rock crusher, as well as fill up some more iron to bring it back to the iron furnace here. Better move this out of the way. We're going to need to grab the rock breaker anyway. The forks, though, those can stay here. Just plop them down in the... Let's see how much iron ore do we got in there. Oh, wow. The sounds of the factory are pretty neat. Alright, so we're going to need to grab the rock breaker, and then we'll park next to the first rock formation. I think this might kind of be a little difficult just because the snow, hopefully that doesn't cover up the rocks to pick up off the ground too badly. But we did just a bunch of clear cutting over here. And one thing I think I'm going to do, we're going to have to put a spinnery in. That's one thing we're going to have to do. And then we're going to have to carve out a little section for the grass for the sheep. And then some of the rest of the land up here to the right there near the road, probably going to be clear cutting that area and planting in some of those big redwoods, because those things are big trees. I think we get a pretty decent amount of wood out of those for the rest of our operations. And I don't know if that just completely gets rid of rock since there's snow in the way. Huh. Hopefully I didn't lose out on that. We'll have to drive over it and see if the rock is still there. Alright, so turn that off. Let's drive over it, see if... I don't know. It's almost looking like the snow gets rid of it. Well, I'm not really too fussed about that. The rock doesn't really sell for that much. Or the stones, they don't really sell for that much. The biggest issue with the rock formations is they're kind of blocking the way, so if you could just get rid of it, it's fine too. I can make a trip up to the iron mine off camera if need be. I'll go ahead and clear these rocks out, and then we'll see about placing down the sheep barn. Let's see when that happens. Okay, so placing the sheep pen, or the sheep barn. So we want the biggest one. We don't want to deal with the small ones. We want the biggest sheep barn. Got it pretty good spot over here. Collides with something. There we go. That seems like a good spot. Let's see here. Where is the pickup? Pickup location is on the right hand side. You can move it a bit more over this way. Well, therein lies the problem right there. It kind of goes up a bit. Okay, that collides with the tree, I think. That seems like a good spot. Let's check it out. Let's see how we do. Seems good. This is the pickup location for the wool. I believe what it said was 65. 65 sheep can be in here at once. I spent quite a bit of money doing that, but I think we'll be okay. So now we gotta start plowing a grass field. I think what we're gonna do, we're gonna rotate the plow. Oh, wait, no. There we go. So we're gonna need a grass field, and I don't really want to get it that close to the iron furnace. So we'll probably want to start somewhere over here and just kind of make our way around, kind of near the sheep barn. So I'll get to that, and I'll bring you back in just a moment. I'm getting close to being done. Alright, so something roughly in that shape. That will be our grass field. So I'm going to keep working on this and get it all nice and set up. And we'll see about moving some more goods around here soon too, because we've got prefab walls and all kinds of things gonna start piling up soon. So I'll get you back once we're getting close, and we can actually go ahead and check out to see how many acres this is gonna be, so we have a rough idea. All right, let's get to work. Oh boy, this is taking quite a while to do this. Fairly large grass field here, although I am using a pretty small plow at the same time, so kind of to be expected. We're getting close to being done here, though. I might just extend it a little bit, because I want, like I said, I want to put a spinnery down. I also want to try and get as much grass out of this as possible. I might extend it towards the train tracks a little bit. Maybe down the side of the road here. Don't want to go too far, because again, I need room for the spinnery so we can start getting fabric. And we'll try and save up the money for the spinnery. So that way, I mean, we'll be saving the wool too until we have a spinnery, because I want to get the sheep as soon as possible. And we're probably going to buy. So it's an odd number in there, so I would like kind of be able to sell some of the sheep off once they get old enough to sell for a good price. I'm not sure quite yet. We might end up doing that. Then again, fabric is probably worth more than trying to sell sheep after, I think 36 months is the cap out of how much they're worth, which is, I believe, $1,000. So I might just go for the wool instead. Any leftover... I think there's a section of land around here that's pretty empty and fairly flat. So maybe the leftover grass can be turned into silage and sold that way. But that section of land that's pretty flat, we could put down a... Yeah, I was thinking about this section right here, 42 or 41 even. And we could put down a biogas plant over there to sell off the excess grass in the form of silage. But I'm going to go ahead and finish this up, and we'll get back to what we need to do today, which is kind of check on the different productions as well to see what we need to move around. I think we've got some prefab walls. Some other stuff too. I know we're gonna have to get the stones out of this. We're gonna have to do these the soil composition, the soil samples, and it's looking like, what are these, small stones? I think it might just run a roller over it instead of even bothering picking them up. Probably be more cost effective that way. But I'll bring it back once we're figuring out what to do next. Okay, so I finished the initial portion. I decided to extend it out a bit. I don't want to go too far, because I would like there to be some sort of frontage road or access road next to the train track there. Big enough for semi-large vehicles, so we'll do it just like that. And it should extend enough to give us a decent amount more of grass. There we go. Alright. So I know it's kind of an awkward shaped field, but I don't know, I kind of like just making my own fields anyway. Makes it more interesting, right? So we don't really have that much left here. Just got to finish this up. And what we're looking at right now is a little over 1 acre. I'm probably looking at like 1.25 acres. 1.25 acres, or I think that's in hectares, actually. I don't know why I have it on hectares. Whoop, not the radio. Acres. So it's actually 2.76 acres. So that's actually quite a bit here. 2.76 acres, huh? So far, anyway. We do have a bit more to go. And there should be plenty of food, even for, what is it, 65 sheep, I would think. Because grass usually produces a lot, so. And I don't even think we're going to have to get a tedder for it to make hay, because I don't think it matters between hay and grass. What kind you use. They're both 100% effective. So we could just go with grass, bale it up, kind of store it in that little overhang there, and then whatever extra we really don't need to hold on to, we can wrap it, sell it off as silage. Not really sure what silage goes for on this map. Eventually get our own little biogas plant and sell silage that way instead, because, you know, that'll just get us more money. It's usually worth a lot more to biogas plant. Wow, the snow is really messing with me right now. Slippery. Alright, while this is going, let's get up to prices and try to check the price on that stuff. Let's see. Unless there's already a biogas plant. I don't think there is, though. I didn't see one. Yeah, there's nothing. No sell points of any kind. A few more, maybe? Silverrun Market. Silage can be sold at the Silverrun Market for 194 per 1,000 weight. Which is okay. But I think if we had a biogas plant, we'd be able to get a better price on that. Plus, we'd be able to get digestate, which would just help in the long run to lower fertilizer costs on anything going forward. Well, we might be able to sell the digestate too. I'm not really sure how all that works. I haven't really fiddled around too much with that in Farming Simulator 22. As far as like placing the man, I keep saying Giobass, like placing the biogas plant and then all the functions involved with it. Because I know it creates power, which you sell in the form of electricity, and methane as well, which I think you can use to power your methane vehicles, if you have any. I think there's only one that works off methane anyway. That's a vineyard vehicle. Vineyard orchard vehicle. So I'm not really 100% sure on that. I'll have to check all that. See what happens with it. Alright, we're just about finished here. So we can check our different production spots. Move things around onto different trailers and whatnot. Just got to get these last few little spots. And we'll make sure to use a, what do you call it? The seeder that can, I mean, even though we did plow this field right now, you can still use a seeder that you don't need to cultivate first to be able to get the bonus for the tillage bonus. Alright, so we can return that now. Don't need that plow anymore. Let's go ahead and see how many acres we're dealing with. 3.05. Pretty good size field for grass there. And we've got plenty of room for a spinnery, which hopefully we'll be able to get rid of all this wood here sooner rather than later. So let's check out our productions here. So we did have that cart and roll ready to go. We've got quite a bit of stuff in here. I think there's only one pallet of bowls currently. We do have a prefab wall and probably another thing of wood beams, as well as planks, perhaps. And of course, the iron ore we're going to need to refill at some point soon. So let's go ahead and move this stuff onto the carts, onto the different trailers, and we'll call it a day. And I'll continue working in the background to kind of progress it along a little bit, because this series is supposed to be just a hair faster than I mean, I like the slow pace of, you know, the slow pace you can get out of this game. But this series is supposed to be a hair faster than our No Man's Land series. So I want to be able to get things rocking and rolling. Which I think we'll have we do have some goods that can go to... what do you call it? The roller coaster. So we can actually go take care of that. In fact, yeah, that's what we're going to do right now. Let's go take care of that right now. Because it needs planks, wood beams. I think it said shingles, too. We don't have the shingle. The ability to make shingles yet. Or maybe it was floor tiles. It was floor tiles, but we don't have that factory yet, so... I might check that out. See if I can buy it yet. On my own time. Oh, and you know what? Before we do all that, let's go check out the wood carvings. It's just right across the street over here. Yeah, we've only got one pallet of bowls currently. Is this... I wonder if this is the one. It's a furniture place. Never mind. Sir, how you doing? It's across the street. Great Woods Gallery, that's what it's called. We got all the carvings. They're really neat. I had a pretty good time finding them all. Interesting little spots where they were. So that's all the wood carvings. Alright, let's get back to our tractor over here. I'll go grab those bits, and then I'll meet you back at the roller coaster. Alright, we are coming up on the roller coaster, and this is going to have to do it for today. After we sell this, we'll see what we get out of it. There it goes. Ooh, it's a good chunk of money. $14,476. Fantastic. And it looks like it puts it into some sort of storage, which then feeds into the required materials. And I'm not really sure if after this portion of materials, like more is needed for other parts of the roller coaster, or what goes on with that. So I guess we'll see what happens with that once we are able to start getting long planks. Which we should be getting long planks, but they're being sent over to the wood turner currently. Which I think we're going to shut that off. Yeah, we're going to shut that off for the time being. We're just going to put that back to storing. We're going to start getting some wood planks for ourselves. Or the long ones, rather. So that way we can finish this up. But yeah, that's going to have to do it for today, everybody. Thanks for coming by Silverrun Forest and checking this out, and hopefully we'll see you next time. Until then, have a great night, everyone.